Hey guys, you're watching Explore the Weird. If you're into creepy and weird, well, you must be a goon, so welcome back. The goons just interact with the video. This is probably your first time seeing me. You interact again, you interact this time, you just do something. Just do something. You become a goon. It's that easy. Guys, this is a longer form content. I do react. I actually watch the videos alongside with you. I talk a lot. So if that's not you, you're not into long form content, you like the short form, boring, monotonous, barely adding anything to the video type content, there are channels for that. Please proceed off this channel and continue to watch those reaction channels. But for you goons, for the true goons that love to explore the weird, that want to continue, welcome back. We are continuing to work with this algorithm. I got the chains out. I've been watching the other reaction channels. I've been seeing they're representing all their things. So yeah, me too, buddies. I'm still here. We're gonna get right into it. And more for you page content that I just find that is creepy and weird. And you know, my algorithm is basically videos my wife would send me. So it's been quite interesting. And with that, let's get right into it.
You know, I raised them, all three daughters, without fluoride, and thank goodness, because recently, as recent as 2006, we're getting these great studies all over the world. We've got about almost 70 of them. Most of them are measuring the amount of fluoride in urine in women that are pregnant, and then it follows them up 4-6 years later, and all these studies pretty much agree on the same thing, that there is an impact on the brain, mostly on the IQ of the child. And fortunately, there's a lawsuit now against the EPA, and that's going well. In fact, anyway, that report is now live, and they agree with the quality of 55 of the studies, and they agree with the results. And they now are saying that there is no safe level of fluoride if we want to play it safe. And fluoride already has been reduced in our water by half. That was in the early 90s because we were putting in too much. It was actually damaging teeth. But fluoride does not actually help with childhood cavity rates. We see that in Europe. The cavity rate is about the same as it is here in the US, and they don't have fluoride in the water. Fluoride in toothpaste does seem to help. Again, it's like hydroxyapatite. We need a remineralizing agent in saliva, but it does get to the brain via swallowing, of course, and also via absorption through the oral mucosa. So it has to be taken out of toothpaste as well.
Oh, wow. Yeah, I know there have been many theories about fluoride and what it does to the growth to the human body and what it could potentially restrict. Oh, Teddy, there was calcifying the pineal gland with the fluoride, Teddy. Maybe, crazy Teddy, but you know, at the same point, why are we so worried about the fluoride when we have to be more worried about all the crazy pharmaceutical drugs people are flushing down their toilets, putting into our oceans, into our water supplies again, and even those tiny nanoparticles are becoming affected into our genetics and stuff, and it is having an impact.
Here's some more Mandela effects that I have not seen before, so check it out.
Here's more proof that we switched timelines. What brand do you think of when you see these pizza rolls? Now, if you're from my timeline, you would have said Tostinos. It's Totino's. Where did the S go? And you guys know Jordan sneakers, right? The logo always had shorts, but supposedly it's always been pants? How does that even make sense? Who plays ball in pants? And wasn't the Mississippi River the longest river in the US? Well, supposedly it's the Missouri River. And we all know the song, We Are the Champions. We all remember the ending of the song, he goes, "We are the champions of the world." But that's not the ending lyrics. It just ends with "We are the champions." And I know I am not tripping. Y'all cannot tell me that the Energizer Bunny has had its battery on its leg the whole time. I kid you not, it's always been on its back.
You know, the whole agenda with the Mandela effect is questioning history so they can change history. Because if there's two people arguing, then they both could be true. Think about the Mandela effect as a step. So today you question what this is, but there's two options. But let's say in 5 years, whatever those two options, it can amplify to another two options because now it's so long you forgot the first Mandela effect. And eventually they can just change history to whatever in the third or fourth layer of a Mandela effect. And so ultimately, if their agenda is to change history, as long as people are arguing, they can amplify these changes over time.
Oh my god. These are just crazy. Dude, the Tostinos one still is messing with me. Like, what the hell? What the hell? Some of these, like the Missouri River versus Mississippi, you know, we even dug deep into that and we're like, what the heck? It did change. Yeah, they are trying to trick us. They're trying to make us question history. This is a true thing they are doing. I feel like absolutely somehow they're trying to piece a broken world together, make us all sustained in the same timeline. And luckily I'm with goons like you, so I appreciate you goons, and we're gonna keep it going.
You don't need food, you need charging. There are many different ways you can charge the body, like grounding and standing next to trees. You are a biological battery. When you feel quote-unquote hungry, this is not hunger. This is the body getting rid of toxins within the colon. It's important that you fast because when you fast, you regenerate your cells after 3 days. This is real food. Humans possess trichromatic vision, which means we are literally attracted to seek color. Our brains are wired to find electromagnetic, colorful food, not dead, rotten flesh. Hue means an attribute of a color. Color is light. We are light beings manifested into physical form. You need to eat electrical food that will charge you. This is why you get charged in a court, because you're a biological battery. And when you get charged in a court, you sit in a prison cell, a battery cell. It's not a coincidence the word veganism rearranged is saving me. The power of language shapes our perception of reality. By employing more neutral terms on our food, it makes the food more palatable to eat. Rotten milk is cheese, dead flesh is called meat, and a pig's bottom is called ham. If we used the true terminology of these products, we would not eat them. We live in an electromagnetic world, people. You need electromagnetic food. Link is in the bio for the Book of Wisdom paperback. There is limited stock and there's worldwide shipping.
You know, this could be just a video to sell his book or their book. Definitely, electromagnetic field does exist. I've done classes in electromagnetic field theory, and I gotta tell you, this is a true thing that does exist and can be used in order to potentially find things that emit fields as well. So the important thing he was talking about was really the foods that potentially give off these electromagnetic fields that can help charge you up, basically. You know, I thought grounding did that by itself. I don't necessarily know if the addition of food is going to help as well. Probably it does in potentially healing or unblocking certain chakras or stuff like he has on the page. But you start to wonder, you know, where we went awry, where this poison came from, and why we're now being told that things like meat are potentially turning us worse than before. So, you know, I think it's a systematic change that we need to now go through, and you know, eating better is one part, but also the food that we're eating is also being made by them. So I feel like it's a lose-lose when it comes to trusting others with our food. And what we put into our body, because unless you're like on a farm, self-sustained, buddies, we're gonna be all right. We're gonna make it. Don't worry, manifest it. We're gonna keep hopping to and ensure that we're all healthy. All right, let's keep it going.
The deep state machine called Google and type in the 5 elements, you will never find the ether, because they decided to hide the 5th element. 5 fingers, 5 elements. 5 points on the body, 5 elements. The ether represents the middle finger. They then demonized the middle finger and considered it swearing. All of this was done to hide the 5th element. Why is it that they want to hide the ether so much? The ether is an ever-present field connecting all things. It fills every millimeter with boundless free energy, acting as a fundamental substance giving rise to all physical matter. Maybe this is why all of the ancient buildings all had antennas on, because they were harnessing free energy. The ether serves as a connecting medium between the physical plane and the astral plane, the spirit realm. This is why the word together has ether in it, together. together. The two worlds join together. Either, the ether is both physical and spiritual. It's on either side. Other, ether is the gateway to the other side of reality, the astral plane. So by hiding the ether, they trapped us all in thinking we are all physical beings, and the universe is all physical, when in fact you have a body for every single one of these dimensions. You have an etheric, astral, mental and physical body. Astral projection is the proof of this. This is why we say think outside the box. The box is the physical world, the triangle represents the ethereal plane.
I have never had it broken down to me like this. Definitely something I did not know about. I've heard of other goons tell me about the ether. Oh, Teddy, you got to look into the ether. It definitely has resemblances to like string theory almost. You know how like, hey, there's free-flowing particles, and those particles, when it goes down to a microscopic level, you know, of that string can generate any type of matter. And that's kind of what this ether type thing feels like, where it's the realm between two planes, the astral, the physical, the mental, whatever it may be. It definitely feels like something that lives in a state that it does not, know till it comes time. Why was it taken out? That's quite interesting. I do not know. I haven't done the research. I'm sure they're trying to hide this as well, but for what reason? What benefit? Or is it just wrong? You know, is it just false information? I do not know. I need to know more. I'm starting to go like maybe, but yeah, this is intriguing. I kind of want to know more. I feel like I've learned some, but I want to know more. All right, we're gonna keep it going. By the way, are you a goon? Did you smoke the light? Can you check? Did you notice that we had a recording failure and my shirt changed potentially, but the chains are still out? I don't know what you noticed, but yeah, as I was recording the first video, it's like, boom, everything cut out. So I had to quickly make do with what I could, and then it got too late. Kyra was up here, so I was like, we got to redo this. All right, we're going to keep it going. Goons, I'm suffering, but I'm making sure you guys get content. I'm actually probably either back from a trip right now, and Teddy's all right, or I'm in a trip right now, meaning I'm in California, so I'm traveling, or I'm either back from California and back home. So Teddy, I hope everything's all right. Let's get back to recording. We need to get the goons more content. I feel like you're not recording enough, buddy. All these other channels making daily videos, and here you are every other day. But at least the content's good, right? Right, goons? Come on now. All right, we're gonna keep it going.
Now this is scary. There is a theory that makes you doubt life. This theory suggests that Earth is a prison of the universe. For the first time, this theory was published by American ecologist Ellis Silver. He argues that the true origin of humans is not from Earth. According to his hypothesis, humans come from somewhere outside of space, but have been exiled to Earth for hundreds of thousands of years. To support his theory, Ellis Silver cites evidence that although humans are the most intelligent and advanced species on Earth, they are not really suited to the environment on this planet. The evidence is that humans are easily harmed by sunlight. We also cannot easily eat and digest the available food around us like other animals, but must cook it before eating. Humans also have a higher rate of chronic diseases than any other animal on Earth, and there are many other problems. The hypothesis suggests that the reason why humans...
I mean, I like the prison planet theory. It's definitely a theory. Definitely a theory I'm not too fond of, because it does make it seem like, hey, there's no escape. But at the same time, it's just a theory. So relax. You know, Davey, and this feels like AI Joe Rogan, so I'm taking it with a grain of salt. I know the first clip seems like it's part of the thing, but it sounds like AI, at least in the headphones to me. But one of the things that he talks about is, hey, we can't eat the foods unless we cook it. But in theory, you know, in past ancestors, they were eating raw meat. It's just we've gotten accustomed to cooking our food, and we can't live without the bacteria, because our gut biome can't process it, because of just the evolutions that we have gone through. It's still, not completely related to the prison planet theory, I think we could be stuck, and there could be someone that is doing this as an experiment. Definitely. All right, let's keep it going.
You want me to play it just regular?
Yes, right now. You can go slow-mo.
There it is. Yeah, Black.
Yeah, what the frick,
Fucking
dude?
Weird.
So weird.
I'm playing it.
My video camera was recording and no one was out back. Took a look, no one was out back. Check this out. Watch in between the square. Mainly watch this spot right here. You can see a shadow up here. Boom.
And no one's there.
And then you see this little orb right here.
And then you
watch. Babe. Look at that. No one's out back.
It just sits there too.
It does. It just sits right there.
And you can see the whole shadow, like a person.
That's nuts. I don't know how long it sits
Goes
there
away.
for. Or goes away. Comes back. Now watch. The person's gonna disappear.
Yo, what happened on the last one? Did the thing just implode? Did it just explode on itself? What was that, a missile testing or something? That was kind of weird, the last one. The one in the middle, buddies, you may be haunted. I think we need to write you down in the book for good measure. I'm so sorry.
Yep.
I'm so sorry you're living through this. Unfortunately, there is something else afoot that is happening, and it is scary. You know, there literally was nothing there, at least on the video. There appeared to be nothing on the deck, and there was a shadow figure on the deck. So deck, ghost, shadow. You guys definitely need a blessing, dude. I was getting all kinds of weird, creepy vibes and stuff, like just the chair part where the shadow came in, and you could definitely see the full like embodiment of the shadow, and it appears to be authentic footage. You know, these guys definitely appear to be in shock that they're experiencing this, and they can feel its presence. Deck, ghost, shadow, on ground, camera, on camera. I wrote camera on cut. That'll be hilarious. All right, yeah, we got you in the blessings book. Hopefully everything works out. But yeah, that is definitely scary. That is definitely scary. Makes you wonder, indeed. And then the first one was like a Mothman type thing. I couldn't even tell you what it was. It came in like a blur, and then it just took off, which was just wild. So definitely interesting videos. The last one I feel like was the most explainable, but the one in the middle got me. The one in the middle definitely got me. Spooked me out. All right, let's keep it going.
Part 2 of the story of Viktor Grebenikov, the Russian scientist who claimed, there's no proof, okay, it's just he claimed, that he made a levitating hover pad with anti-gravity technology by using beetle wings. Check this out.
Anyway, he took a whole bunch of these bug wings and he glued them to like a Venetian blind structure, and he put it into a little platform he built. So I theorize he used the wing covers as well as the inner wing itself. Kind of a handlebar on this thing with some controls. You can see the thing a little better here in detail. The controls, I think, had to be manipulated continuously and probably vibrated to create the same action that the bug was doing. There was also down at the base some kind of a lever, which I suspect controlled the amount of lift he was getting out of this thing. Anyway, Grebenikov claimed that he could fly this thing or levitate it, and it would go around at almost 1,000 miles an hour. Now you ask, how can that happen? You know, well, he said that there was an energy field that built up around this thing due to this gravity field building up in the platform. And by this thing building up, it built out a force field that basically surrounded him and protected him from the local environment. So even though he was flying at
Oh, this sounds cruel, though. There's got to be thousands of beetle wings in order to be achieving these levitation platforms. At first I see it, it just looks like a wooden block with a pole on it, and it's like nothing fancy. Is this the invention of pogo sticks? Is that where the idea came from? They're like, hey, the guy said we can fly. Maybe we can recreate it. Let's try it out. And they're like, okay, yeah, he put a pole. Yeah, how does he get up in the air? Oh, he used beetle wings. Okay, yeah, we got to use something cheaper. Let's put a spring. And then boom, pogo stick. I figured it out. I know how pogo sticks were invented. Viktor Grebenakov is quite an interesting guy. I butchered his name there, but did he have the ability to fly? Unfortunately, my mind goes no. This is just allegation. We don't know without the actual proof, without a working model. Why can't we see the working model now? We have beetles now. Recreate it. Someone brave enough that is into... Never mind. This just has animal cruelty written all over it. Let's not do this. We're going to keep it going. Oh my God, what am I saying right now?
Tattoo. So I'm wearing one here on my arm.
Do we have a camera to get a...
This is a developmental system made by MC10. And it has an antenna and some sensors embedded in it. And what we plan to do is work with them to advance a tattoo that could be used for authentication. Now, let you hold it. Would you like to hold it?
I'll hold it.
Okay. So,
You guys see it?
this pill has a small chip inside of it with a switch. It also has what amounts to an inside-out potato battery. When you swallow it, the acids in your stomach serve as the electrolyte, and they power it up, and the switch goes on and off. And it creates an 18-bit ECG-like signal in your body, and essentially your entire body becomes your authentication token. Yes, it's really true. So what this means is that becomes my first superpower.
Guys, I'm into authentication versus authorization. I do this stuff in IT all the time. I gotta tell you, this is scary a little bit. I don't know who this person is. I don't know what her background is, but it definitely insinuates that, hey, they're really considering biodata, meaning your physical, what makes you is going to be used in order, to authenticate that you are who you say you are. It is, and there are pros and cons. Cons being, hey, now they have a database of your DNA or whatever it may be in order to have this biodata. Sam Altman sees it as, hey, I want to preserve your iris, and they're trying to do it in a tattoo form. It is intriguing. And then she talks about the pill. You go, hey, is this all needed in order to just authenticate who you say you are? I'm good. Here's my ID, blah blah blah. Keep it going. But as there are cases in other nations where it is a risk, people pose to be each other, they lie on tests. Imagine your doctor didn't actually do all his doctor tests, and someone else posed to be a doctor just did the test for him, and he has a certificate, and now he's operating on you. Isn't that crazy? At some point you're like, hey, I want to make sure the guy that went through this is actually the guy that went through this, so I can understand, but there are better ways. This may be one way, but it's not the only way. I was so thinking about those RFID things that open doors. I was like, hey, where was that? But yeah, tattoos makes it, and the pills make it way crazier. All right, let's keep it going.
4 motions. Now these are the 2 first ones that you taught in kindergarten. The rotation of the Earth, giving you the day at 1,350 mile an hour at the equator. That's roughly Mach 1.3, so 1.3 times the speed of sound. Then the Earth is rotating around the Sun every year, 66,600 mile an hour, 666. And that's roughly Mach 88, interesting number. But see, what they don't factor in is that our Sun is orbiting the Milky Way galaxy. And they don't tell you how long it takes for it to do that. But they tell you that it's doing 550,000 mile an hour, which is Mach 718. Take note, that's 718 times faster than the speed of sound. There is no material known to man that can withstand something between 20 and 30 Mach. It pulverizes everything and anything they've ever tried to go faster than 27 Mach. Now, our Milky Way galaxy is actually orbiting what they call the center of the universe, or the central sun.
Whoa, I had no idea that our sun rotates in the Milky Way galaxy as well as our Earth rotating around the sun. This guy really feels like bro science buddies, but you know, sometimes you got to take it with a grain of salt. At this point, I'm not sure if the numbers really mean anything to us. I'm sure they told him the numbers mean something, and he's like, there's no way no living being can sustain after Mach 27, right? So I'm not sure what Mach we're at. Regardless, we know that space is fake. So the goons are awoke. We know everything they're telling us. We haven't left lower Earth orbit, so you start to wonder why the Machs even matter, because I'm pretty much in the feeling of let's figure out our oceans before we look into space. So tell me more. I want to know more. I feel like the answer is within the Earth itself. Let's stop looking outside currently. But at the same time, if we need to escape the planet, we also got to look outside. So we budget accordingly. Governments that can't make decisions that are only there for their own political gains, do this for the American people, or for the citizens of the world, actually, not just the American people. You start to go, okay, yeah, I'm going to trust all these space agencies, and they're going to do the thing, Teddy. They're going to do the thing. No, they're not. All right, let's keep it going.
So after the Ryan Garcia thing happened yesterday and the Drake Bell thing, Ryan has been dropping a ton of cryptic tweets on Twitter, even hinting at an earthquake coming. It is all alleged, all speculation. So this is real. I screenshotted it myself from his profile about an hour ago, and he says June 6th, earthquake bad, all capital BAD. Don't forget we have that giant X eclipse coming in April. Also, the giant Xing out of America eclipse is actually pinpointed on a fault line. And a few minutes after the first bad earthquake tweet, he put out, earthquake will strike LA, destroy Hollywood and Vegas, aka Sin City. And after that, he literally says they actually have the files of Jesus, the Ark of the Covenant, the giants, the aliens, files and everything. They are the ones that let me in. They played themselves. Ryan, I don't know you, but I think I like you. Now, I can't show what's behind my head, but he's also calling out the Catholic Church. Then he tweeted, sounding the trumpets, those who had an ear to understand, one of them were sounded off in 2021 early. Then around the same time, he says how slick I was going in and coming out with the files. And then he said, slowly you guys will understand who I actually am. Then a little bit before that, he says, it just keeps rolling in and y'all don't have to believe they took me here, but I don't have to prove anything to you. You aren't the one having their whole family threatened, and then followed right by, I love God, my kids, I love Jesus, I'm healthy, I don't have any medical issues for the record. Oh, and one of the craziest ones, I forgot to save it, but I saw a screenshot where Ryan Garcia had tweeted, Elon Musk is the Antichrist.
Elon Musk is the Antichrist. Jeff Bezos is the Antichrist. Everyone is the Antichrist. Ryan Garcia is definitely on some good stuff. He's smoking the like button real hard. He is so woke right now. He's seen everything, guys, and he is trying to tell us, but unfortunately, as soon as you tell them the plan and you expose them, that's when they silence you, or they make you go away. You're no longer relevant. They belittle you. They humiliate you, whatever it may be. Talking about humiliation, did you see that John Cena thing recently? I was like, dude, what the hell? Was this a humiliation ritual? Why is he like that? Why do you need to expose all that? Regardless. Oh my god, my mind is so ADHD. Talking about exposed. Did you see that Drake thing? Holy crap, what the hell? We're gonna keep... I don't even know. At this point, I'm just sad because it almost feels like now his fate is sealed. Ryan Garcia is going to get silenced. I don't know if June 6th earthquake is going to happen or not. ADHD real hard. We're going to keep it going. Oh, boy.
Notice, like, the extent of truth that's being shared right now? Like, it's unbelievable. The things people are revealing. And they're not just, like, speaking the truth. They're showing it over and over beyond a shadow of a doubt. Hey, guess what? We've been lied to. Here's why. Here's how. Here's an example. Lie after lie after lie. We got all these people sharing it. Like a lot. I think it's amazing. Wouldn't have been that long ago you would be locked up indefinitely. or you go missing, I guess. The thing is, I think I know why they're letting so many people talk. One is bulk of populations programmed to the extent that they can't hear truth no matter what's being said, who's saying it, what color it's in, you know what I mean? But the other one is, I think, more importantly, they've tucked everyone off one corner of TikTok. They identified, said, okay, yeah, these people know what they're talking about. They know what's up. They know what's going on. Instead of shutting them up, let's stick them over in this corner of TikTok, let them talk among themselves, give them the illusion that they're being heard. All kinds of likes and follows and comments, right? But they're not. It's like they're sharing their deep, dark secrets amongst people who know their deep, dark secrets. It just doesn't matter. Fascinating though, isn't it? The illusion of being heard.
It's not fascinating to me, it's devastating, and that's why I do what I do. Because people need to wake up. I'm begging you to do the research and wake up.
We're awake. You're watching this video, you're an awake goon. If you're like, Teddy, how do I wake up? How do I do the thing? Buddies, you're awake. You don't need to do anything. You're watching the video, watch another video of mine, and you know, you just continue learning and exploring. That's literally what it is. And just have an open mind. You know, I don't want you guys to go deep into the rabbit hole, overwhelm yourself, overburden yourself, and just like have a mental breakdown. That is not what we're trying to do. Please don't do that. I will do that for you. I will have the mental breakdowns. Don't worry. Don't worry. Oh boy. Oh boy. Yeah, so yeah, is it an illusion? Potentially. Potentially. There's a lot of things that we need to question. Don't just believe everything that you're told. We do believe we're in an awakening phase, and there is a light that potentially could be coming. We could be shifting, and many things could happen, but we're going to grow alongside each other. And I love having the goons, and you know, and just learning with you guys. And that's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. By the way, if you guys have made it to this point, please comment down below. Tell Teddy. Tell the future Teddy. Teddy, you need to get back to recording some videos. The goons want more content. Tell them. Tell him to start. Oh boy, I feel like he's gonna be lazy. Let's see. Hopefully videos have came out every other day till this point. I start to worry. But our editor Nikita is amazing. He is doing great work. He is what is keeping this channel growing, as well as the crypto future. He's doing great work there as well. The shorts, the editing is all thanks to him. And yeah, let's keep it going. Sorry, I'm like getting ready for the trip, and I'm anticipating coming back and getting back into the groove. So it's like all these things are just racing. I don't want to let anything down. I also don't want to let my audience down. And I guess that's the illusion this guy's talking about. Hopefully you guys aren't illusions and you're real. Please tell me you're real as well in the same comment. Teddy, go back to making videos, and I'm real. Not Facebook real, real. All right, let's keep it going.
We gotta talk about this. This is a dry river in India, and it revealed these stones, these ancient carvings in the stones. These carvings are called lingams, and in the Hindu tradition, they are very significant to their religious practice. These are in the Shamala River. Probably butchering that name, sorry. The pointy part is the lingam. The base is the yoni. You often see these with snakes around them, and sometimes even with bulls around them. Some of these are absolutely massive, and some are carved out of multi-ton single-piece rocks. When they're inside of temples, you can often find them under these decorative ceilings. But if you find many of them in the wild, they look decapitated. So my man Praveen has done some investigating. Follow him on YouTube if you're not. A recent temple excavation revealed this. Underneath the lingam was specific metals in a specific configuration. They also found these iron spatulas that conveniently never rust. Here is what was underneath that lingam. Inside that pot is rice husk. So Praveen recreated this experiment and used a silver rod and an iron rod in the rice husk in a pot, and it created electric current. Putting a bunch of these together, he could light up an LED. Now, lingams are not exclusive to India. They're found all over the world, but I want to focus on Egypt. India and Egypt were close. Now, these are going to make a lot more sense. If you do a quick search for the Baghdad battery, you'll see.
Wow, this is crazy. Guys, my life has changed thanks to a Shiva Lingam. I was given a Shiva Lingam, and as soon as that Shiva Lingam entered my life. I have had so many great things happen to me, and they continue to happen. And it definitely originated from India as well. It was brought over from India. Once it got here, it was handed down from person to person, and it eventually reached me, and I am now the keeper of the new Shiva Lingam. Dude, it's a gigantic stone. The crypto goons, they've seen it. They've seen the greatness it has brought. And as soon as this guy's talking about electricity that it generated, I've seen the Praveen videos. We've seen the Praveen videos where, you know, the Shiva Lingam's gone. He looks into the stone, and there's like a square with a bunch of holes in it, and we theorize, hey, was this used for acoustics? As you dug deeper into the Shiva Lingam videos, you'll notice, as he said, hey, there's corn husks, and he was able to generate power. And you guys saw in the beginning of the video how many Shiva Lingams there were, how well they were spread apart across the entire world, mostly a lot in India now because of the religious aspects. And you start to wonder, hey, was there power that was being generated that was lost in time? And that's what the Shiva Lingams were actually used for. And every Shiva Lingam, at least in my possession, is a quartz stone. And you go, yeah, it has to be a quartz stone. Otherwise, it's not usually classified as a Shiva Lingam. So you go, and it has to originate from this area, right? So you go, hey, was there something else going on with electricity that we do not know, and we lost it? And can we recreate it? Because it sounds like it'd be cheap now to do, right? This is all we need. It's infinite. All right, let's do I want to say 2 more, but I don't know. Let's see. All right, let's keep it going.
What's going on here?
It's not a beach. It's actually a glacier.
What the hell going on here, America? This behind the ice wall, y'all. Check this out. Oh, wait.
There was a drop-off that went down between 5 and 6 meters, so not too deep. And at the bottom, there was black sand. Down at the bottom, it felt like I was floating in the stars, in the sparkles. It was totally crazy. Totally crazy. It's incredible. That's good. It's like beautifully sculpted marble. The ice is so pure. It's extraordinary. But after about 200 meters, shapes start appearing on the screen.
What the heck? What the heck? Is this like random clips pieced together, or am I like really seeing? Oh my god, the illusion is being broken right before your very eyes. Teddy, wake up! Teddy, wake up! I'm awake, crazy Teddy. Stop it. Stop it. I'm awake. I see it. I see the thing. But my mind is still like clenching on and going, hey, is this all pieced together? It is great to fathom that, hey, once we get past the ice wall, we, scuba dive a little, we eventually emerge on the other side. There's all new land. That is great. That is great. But unfortunately, if they're trying to depopulize and reduce the population here, what does all this land even mean for us? It doesn't really matter. Sad. But I guess only time will tell. You think there's beings? Are we finally gonna come out and go, hey, Teddy, here's the aliens, and here's the people from the Hollow Earth, the reptilians as well. We're all here behind the ice wall, and now we've broken down, and we have the pathway forward, and we're gonna start showing you things. Maybe it's happening as I speak. Or maybe they're planning to falsify it and do a holographic projection in the sky with all the clouds. Oh my god, crazy Teddy, look what you did to me. All right. We're going to do one more. Just one more.
Pull up the first immortal cell line for people. And then a little boy in the 1970s that was aborted at 9 months, a little white boy, and almost all the biotech, everything you have is grown off them. They have reportedly grown hundreds of millions of pounds of her meat. and they could take a big chunk of it, a T-bone sized steak, and throw it into a vat and come back in a month.
You know, he says a little boy, then he says her meat, so I'm not sure if this is AI or not. It definitely makes, and it's a love-hate. It's a love-hate relationship with Alex Jones. You're the reason that I have the warning on the channel, and they're making it harder for me to grow in the reaction space. But regardless, the goons are supporting now more than ever. Become a member. That is the best way to be like, stick it to YouTube. Be like, hey, I want to see more of this guy. Yeah, I do not know how accurate this is. I have heard about lab-grown meat, and you know, even when they talk about the lab-grown meat, they tend to say it comes from plants as well. That hey, it's vegan lab-grown, you know. So I don't know how true it is. I haven't tried lab-grown meat. I don't have the budget to go out there and spend and try it. I've heard it's like $4,000 or $5,000 just to get a thing, and I don't even eat beef, so to get the chicken one, it'd be even more, I feel. So yeah, this is interesting. Not sure how accurate it is. I thought it was like other ways it was produced, and when the time comes and we don't have animals and it's easier to make lab-grown meat rather than, you know, grow animals and slaughter them, you start to wonder if there is nefarious reasons like Alex is insinuating, or potentially AI Alex. Yeah, stay away. At this point, all food is bad. I don't know what to eat. Just start fasting and barely eating. I guess that's the answer. And then go out and outside to the sun. That's the only way you're gonna make it, boys and girls and people and beings. I gotta account for everybody now, alright? You don't know. It's 2024. Have an open mind. Alright, guys, I'm out of here. Make sure you tell Teddy to get back on it. Start recording videos. I have a feeling he's gonna start getting lazy after a vacation. So you gotta get him back on A game now. I appreciate you guys. Stay safe, stay strong, and goodbye.